How you doing, aficionados? Kris Baso coming back at you from www.tobaccoworldcigars.com. Well, I always told you guys if I ever have an opportunity to bring you a surprise every once in a while, I'll do it. We did it when we had Pepin Garcia in the store, and now, in my opinion, we have somebody much more legendary within the tobacco industry here with us. And I want to introduce him right away because the guy's going to take some time with me, and then he's got to leave. And he spent about 4 hours here in the store. It is Juan Sosa, Sosa Cigars. Mr. Sosa, thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure to be with you here in Boston.
Thank you very, very much. You know, guys, prior to this event coming up, there were a lot of things that I was telling my customers about Juan Sosa and who he was. If the people weren't familiar with Sosa Cigars, which really wasn't the case, but even if they were familiar, I wanted to at least educate them on who this man is and what his cigars and what his knowledge to this industry means to us aficionados out here in the United States. For those of you who don't know this, Juan Sosa is the factory manager of factory number 4 at Arturo Fuente Cigars. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Sosa. Opus X, the Don Carlos,
Right.
Hemingway, your cigars as well.
Right.
I just want, you guys need to understand, this isn't your rinky-dink, run-of-the-mill type of factory where, you know, not just anybody comes in for the day's pay and rolls a cigar. He has the supervision of making some of the most coveted cigars within the cigar industry. There's a couple questions that I know I want to ask him and things that I think you guys out there should know. So I'm going to just start by asking, Mr. Sosa, how long ago was it when you left Cuba?
My family and myself, we left Cuba in 1962.
1962. Wow. And from Cuba, where'd you go?
From Cuba, we went to Miami. 2 years later, in 1964, we opened a small cigar store, a small cigar factory and a store in A Street in Miami. One of the first cigar shop opened in Miami.
And you still have that store today, correct?
Right. We moved to a different location, but we still have it.
They're still in Miami. If you ever get a chance to get down to the cigar capital of the world, this is where we are, baby. We don't pay tax on tobacco down here. It's beautiful. You got to go down to 8th Street. Right next to his store is a world-famous restaurant in Little Havana called Versailles, and that's where his store is right now. He also has one in Disney World for those of you who get a chance to travel out to Orlando. But in any case, you brought Cuban seed to the Dominican Republic, right?
We started growing tobacco there in the 60s. In the 70s, we went in partnership with another company and opened the first cigars factory in Santiago.
Santiago.
And we were one of the first group of people to grow handmade Dominican cigar to the convention, to the LTDA.
Wow.
Went to the 70s.
Wow.
When the cigars from Dominican Republic, I started to sell cigars from Dominican Republic. Really, nobody knows what tobacco grown in Dominican Republic, what cigar was making in Dominican Republic, and really at that time.
What was the first cigar that you made in the Dominican Republic?
The first cigar was the Sosa.
The Sosa cigar itself?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Another brand, we made the Sosa. Was the first one that I went to the RTDA convention to show the cigar.
Wow, wow, unbelievable. Now, back in Cuba, were you a grower of tobacco in Cuba?
We were growers with
Okay.
my family because really I came to the United States in my early 20s. And my father was, I am the 3rd generation of tobacco growers as a maker. Because
Wow.
at the same time that we grow tobacco, we made cigars in Cuba for importation. Little amount that we started in the 50s.
In your opinion, what is the difference between, I mean, the Dominican Republic is not that far away from Cuba.
Right.
If we lifted the land and took away the water, it'd all be attached. Why is it that the Dominican tobacco, is there any difference between the Dominican tobacco and the Cuban tobacco? And what is the difference if there is?
Let me tell you something. Even in Cuba, it's different between different regions of tobacco.
Okay.
One is Huerta Abajo, one in Las Villas, in the middle of the island. And Dominican, when we started to grow there, Cuban seed tobacco, we get tobacco very close to the Cuban tobacco. Right now, I believe it's different. It has to be a lot with the area where we grow tobacco. And in Dominican Republic, we have some area that tobacco grow very, very well.
And it's somewhere in the Santiago region.
So they call the Cibao Valley.
Cibao Valley.
Cibao Valley.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And what's one of your, this is something I like to ask just because I'm a big fan of Piloto seed.
Right.
What seed do you like to work with?
No, Piloto is the most common seed in the Dominican Republic.
It is the most common, okay. All right.
And right now they started to, the tobacco from field that we grow in Dominican Republic from the Piloto seed.
From the Piloto seed. Okay,
That
wonderful.
was grown especially more from another place from Puerto Rico.
Okay, wonderful. That's
And also I like this started to be grow right now in Dominican Republic in a very small scale. It's one seed original from Las Villas called Pelo de Oro.
Pelo de Oro.
Right.
Wow. Okay. And that's a new region and
No, it's starting to be grown in the Cibao Valley, but a very small amount
Okay.
right now. Because that's an old seed from Las Villas in Cuba.
okay. All right.
Most tobacco from field.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, so now you're back in the 70s. You start making cigars there in the Dominican Republic. You start the Sosa line. Today, I mean, you're making, in my opinion, the best cigars out today. I mean, you'll be distributed by Ashton. You surround yourself part of the cigar family, Ashton, Fuente, and Sosa. Do you have anything new in store? Any new cigar blends that you're working on? Anything we can look forward to as aficionados?
I'm looking forward to consume about 3 new sizes in the Sosa line.
Okay.
With a little bit different blend, more in the heavy, in the big rings.
Big ring sizes are what sell.
That is selling right now.
Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
We got some new ring sizes in the Sosa line to look forward to. Guys, I'm telling you what, I've been smoking this exclusive series all week long. When we got our first shipment in, I'll be frank with you guys, I've never carried the exclusive series in the store. I've always was a big fan of the regular Sosa line. If you called Ashton and ask about it, it is probably my number 4 selling cigar in tobacco world, and it's probably my best cigar that I get out of Ashton. And when Rex, the rep from Ashton, introduced me to this exclusive series and I gave it a shot, I was blown away. It's a full-bodied cigar, has a lot of meaty bite to it. It's made with an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper on it. And I'll tell you what, this cigar is an unbelievable full-body smoke that I think you guys got to try. So from this point on, I'm going to record later on in the week. You're going to get my recommendation on a cigar. What I want to do is incorporate it with some sort of a meal or some sort of bottle of wine, and I'm going to let you know what it pairs perfectly with. But until then, this is Kris Baso, www.tobaccoworldcigars.com, coming at you. Thank you.
It's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Right.